Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. I am Life Coach Shaun de Joya, the man from Pasig City. I'm a professional certified life and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And as a life coach, I empower men to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live a more meaningful and fulfilled life. And in the workplace, I coach leaders to grow their careers by helping them create strategies to thrive in their work and also in their life. You are joining me today for Integrate here in our new digital space, TikTok broadcast. And TikTok broadcast is a flagship community project of the speakers of Coaching TikTok from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach A coaching community. And our mission is to get closer to our kindred and serve better with our coaching tribe. And we envision to be the go-to network for content that connects with the mind, the heart, the soul through the platform of life coaching. This is us in the Philippines, advancing coaching as an art, a science, a lifestyle, a profession, and also a business. Your one coaching thought for today is from Brad Henry, and he said that families are the compass that guides us. They are the inspiration to reach great heights and our comfort when we are occasionally falter. At the end of the day, all of the things that we're doing in our life and in our work is because of our family. But at times we tend to lose sight of our health and we focus so much on our family and our work that it's affecting our families altogether in our relationship. And that is one thing that we need to start taking a look at, is what kind of life are we really living, and the value that we're providing to the family, is that really the value or the legacy that we want to leave behind to them in the future generations. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Today is the 2nd of July in the year 2022, and I'm broadcasting Beyond Borders here in Pasig City. No, it's July already. We're already mid of the year. You are joining me for Integrate, and this program is created for men and the coaching conversations on topics that allow you to create an integrated work life. The word integrate means to combine one thing with another so that they become a whole. If you've heard, maybe you've heard this for the longest time already in the workplace. No, work-life balance. You've been aiming for work-life balance. You've been longing for work-life balance. It seems we're having some difficulties achieving that in our work and in our life. And people seek to achieve this ideal state where work and life are two separate environments, two separate entities. It causes high level of stresses and pressures, which can lead to a decline in our overall well-being. Work-life integration, if you're able to master it, it allows you to bring your work and life closer together. It means that you care less about what time or what work time is and what personal time is. You're focused more on what's the best time for you to do all of these things. And this allows you to integrate your work and life by having different mindset. That is what the show is all about. From successful people that I interview in here, for you to be able to see the bigger picture so that you can see all of the components and aspect of your life. Because I believe that there's really no competition in your work and your life. There's only integration. My guest for tonight is from Cainta, Rizal, and he is a senior manager leading business transitions for a global company focusing on IT services, consulting, and business solutions. Personally, He is blessed with a daughter, Alexandra, and Ben is currently engaged to her partner, Christine, and they are expecting a baby daughter whose name is Veronica this month. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. Super excited. Let's welcome my guest, Ben Hermocilla. Yan. Hey, Ben.
Hi, Sean. Good evening.
Yeah, and thank you. Thank you for giving an opportunity of the audience to listen to your wonderful story. And it's going to be a wonderful night, no? And I'm able to share with them
Mm-hmm.
a blurb, yeah, about your experience, what have you. But before we do that, yeah, what the challenge that I give Ben to my audience is to my guests when they introduce yourself, kasi usually, Ben, di ba, sa corporate world, when you are
Mm-hmm.
introducing yourself, mostly pangalan mo, your role, your
The
title, what
basics,
projects
right?
you account. Di ba, the basics
Yeah.
yan, the basics. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
challenge you. And the same goes then the way that you introduce yourself with your friends or people that you meet outside of work. I want to challenge you.
Okay.
If you are going to introduce yourself to the guest, to the audience, if you're going to introduce yourself to the audience, like you never introduced yourself before, how would you introduce yourself to them today? Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's kind of tough, Sean. Huh? Nabigla ako. But you know what? That makes me think, right? That makes me realize that, yeah, we've been so formal, no, with how we introduce ourselves. Laging it's always about your background, career, right? So this time you're giving me an opportunity to introduce myself in a different way, which makes me think,
Yeah.
and I like it, Sean. Maybe I can start with, so Ben is a human, right? I'm a human. I'm same as you, your audience, you, Sean, and our viewers right now. So if I'm gonna introduce myself in a personal way, I think you mentioned that I have a daughter, right? And I'm expecting another one, and I have my fiancee Christine. Well, outside of that, outside of the family, I'm a music lover, Sean. So I've been listening through a lot of genre, name it. I have my Spotify with me. I always use a Spotify more than watching a television or even browsing through social media. So one thing that I'm really fond of is listening to music. I'm also I have like this sport. I usually engage in cycling, right?
Mm.
And cycling is another like form of outlet, I would say, that I use when I'm stressed. I go to uh, I just grab my bike and do cycling, right? Um, well, aside from that, I'm pretty much busy with family and to your point, Sean, work, right? But I really wanted to focus more on family rather than work, you know, because it gets interesting when we
Yeah.
are talking about family. I can speak all the the whole time talking about my daughter, talking about my fiance, right? But pretty much I would say, Sean, I'm just a simple person, right? I'm just so blessed to be guest on your show right now. Actually, I'm really hesitant, Coach, when I'm talking to you, right? Because I asked you, can I even contribute something here? Because I feel that I will not contribute anything. But then you told me that no, you can contribute. So I guess that's it.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah, that's what the show is all about. The show is all about not focusing on the work itself. I would think that we all of us have a lot of
Yeah,
conversations already about work, the deliverables, our SLA, and all of those
I
bananas.
know.
No, na
Please,
even
please,
if
Sean,
we're
it's weekend.
sleeping, we're still thinking about it. Di ba? Kahit natutulog ka, nagigising ka at inisip mo yung SLA. Oh, okay.
I
These are the
know.
things that uh, it's already at times exhausting. But I love what you say. That if we're given an opportunity to have a conversation around our children, our spouse, and the things that we seldom talk about in the workplace. Kasi minsan, di ba, Ben, may mga times na when you talk about this, parang people are not interested. And maybe there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of different things in there that they don't listen because they have deliverables, they have timelines, and what have you. And then they're not allowing themselves to stop. And I want to be able to give the audience an opportunity today to just stop. Teka lang, hinto ka muna, di ba?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Listen muna. because the stories that we have and the desires that we have, there are similarities in there, and I want to be able to focus on that, because you shared a while ago that if you're given an opportunity to talk about your spouse and your children, that's, you have a lot of things to share. Now, tell me more about, pag-usapan muna natin yung anak mo, no? You have two kids now. Talk about what life is for Ben. Ayan, sa mga audience, yung may mga nanonood dyan, makita mo sa mga comments, they're chatting in there. If they're gonna take a look at Ben as a father, yan, what is the most exciting part of being a father?
You know what, Sean? That's a very, very nice question to answer, no? Kasi pretty much I can very much relate when it comes to parenthood. Right now, kasi I'm on the stage that my daughter is at 7 years old. And maybe for those who are watching right now, if you have a kid that is ranging around, I think, 7 to 9 or 7 to 10, this is the time that they have a lot of questions. Questions that sometimes are very basic, but sometimes very hard to answer. I don't know why, right? Like they doing like 5 whys to you. If some of you knows 5 whys, like why is the sky is blue? Why is it raining? Why is the trees growing? You will try really your best to answer that, and then they're gonna follow up with another why, right? So sometimes I'm running out of answers to tell my daughter. But then I realized I need to answer that seriously, no? Because she'll definitely learn from me. Now, fatherhood, I would say, Sean, is when I'm gonna compare it with the time that I'm still single, no, it's really different. It's way different. Goals, right? Your goals, it changes, priorities changes, things that you can do before, right now, before you even do it, you'll think about what's the impact of this to my family, what's the impact of this to my daughter, to my spouse, right? You always consider these people when making some decisions. That's I think number
True.
one rule. Right. But even though it's kind of complicated, for those who are father, who's watching right now, it's exciting, right? Complicated, but it's exciting, and it makes your life very much fulfilling. I would say you have something that you are. There are reasons why you wanted to wake up in the morning. There are reasons why you wanted to work, right? There are reasons why you wanted to do such things, and it's because of them, right? So for me, fatherhood right now is the number one role that I'm performing. Not really about work, not really about whatever title that I have in the workplace. I don't care that much. My role is being a father to my kid, but of course being also a good husband to my to my fiance and to my spouse, right?
I like what you said, no? Complicated and exciting. Diba? It's being a father is really complicated. I tell you, what even if you take a look at book manuals, di ba madami dyan, Ben, no? Mga manuals about fatherhood and what have you. At the end of the day, when you go through that and you take a look at your child, they're totally different. And I say different, they're very special in their own little way. And you need to navigate to that in different aspect and experiment so that you can help them. And I understand yung difficulties of our children asking why, and for the fathers out there and even for the parents out there. Minsan pag makukulit yung bata, parang gusto mo nilang pagalitan, di ba? Pwede, ang dami ko pang iisipan kaya, but I tell
I
you,
know.
Those opportunities of them asking a question is a feeling that their father is there. Kasi di ba nag-ano sila, Ben, di ba? They're exploring. And imagine that you're given an opportunity to help them explore and understand the how the world lives, how the world is, and how things are. So during those times, Ben, when you are in the situation in which your child is asking you a lot of different things, at nauubusan ka na nasagot, and I would think sometimes your patience is shortening and shortening. How do you respond that way? Like how do you navigate through that as a father and also as someone who is also leading a lot of people in the workplace?
You know what? It's kind of I don't know, funny, no? But every time my daughter has, questions, things that are really for me are basic. Sometimes it's even scientific, right? I really try to answer it to the best that I can, right? I'm not really ignoring that that's a question that's coming from my daughter, right? Sometimes you will think that the question is so silly, right? Maybe the question is so silly if it's come from like a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, right? But it's coming from a kid who wanted, to your point, to explore things, right? So I really try my best to answer it. Now, if times that I cannot really answer, you know what? I just use this phrase. Let's Google it. That's what I'm always telling my my daughter, right? Come on, I don't know the answer. Let's Google it, right? It's telling her or kind of giving an impression to her that also I don't know everything, right? And I also wanted to learn from the question that she's asking to me, and then we're gonna learn it all at the same time, right? That's the use of the
Yeah.
gadgets. No, we have iPads and the rest. Okay, let's get the gadgets. Let's Google it. Oh, okay, that's the reason why the sky is blue, or that's the reason why the trees are growing, right? So we need them for oxygen, these things, right? And it's very fulfilling to hear, gaganon yung daughter mo eh, right? And right. And parang you just need to go with the flow as well. Oh yeah, I've learned, I also just learned that now. I will tell my daughter, so yun, parang yun na scapegoat ko, Shaun, no? Let's Google it. Ginaganon ko yung daughter ko. But it's working.
Yeah, and that's the fun bit, no?
Mm-hmm.
Parents would think that the gadgets are distracting the children. It's distracting them from, not engaging. I have a 20-year-old and 17 years old, and when they were growing up, usually, di ba, nakaharap lang sa laptop, sa tablet nila, before and what have you. So, you feel na para may inis ka. But, I like how you're doing it as a parent, Ben, because what you're doing is you're teaching your child how to utilize a gadget. Di ba, the emphasis in that on utilizing it in ways that's helping them know the things around them. Kaysa naman nanonood lang sila ng mga bagay-bagay na hindi naman nakakatulong, ikaw, you're able to navigate to them and guide them on how it's being done. And they're able to get value in it and the conversation that you're having with them as well. Ben, when you take a look at this kind of approach that you're doing as a parent, saan mo nakuha yan? Where did you get that, thought, that idea or that strategy on utilizing, the digital space, or at least the gadgets that we have, to help our children, to help them navigate through it so that you can find the right answer, and helping them as well explain it in ways that they can understand?
You know what? I really don't have any reference, Shaun or Coach Shaun, right? I don't. It just came naturally. Maybe because I'm observant, right? And I'm very much aware, and we are all aware, right? We are on a generation that it's so technology is so rampant, right? So it's really a matter of taking advantage of the technology, and don't see it as something that's negatively gonna impact your daughter, your whoever is using it, right? That's how I see it. Because my daughter, to your point, is also she loves her gadgets. I'll be honest, Shaun. She loves her gadgets, right? This is the type of daughter who wakes up in the morning, brush her teeth, get some food, right, and right after that, she's gonna grab a gadget, right, and use her gadget. But we all also strive to put some limitation to it. Okay, but the way we do it, not only myself but also my can I just call her my wife, right? Make it simple. My wife, we always make it a point that there's something positive that we can get out of, let's say, this technology, right? Although there are negatives, we wanted to make sure that we're there to protect and support our kid, right? And we all know what are some of the limitations of the gadgets, right? Even as simple as, Coach, yung mga apps natin, right? Making sure na may mga restriction, ganyan, hindi natin ino-open lahat yon. Or let's say, if nanonood lang ng television, right? I'm always beside her, right? Making sure na if she asks question, why is this guy doing that? I'm there to answer. There's a one classic example, Shaun, that I wanted to share to you, and this is really funny. everyone, you know Vice Ganda, right?
Yes,
You know
yes,
Vice
yes.
Ganda. Okay. So we're watching like Showtime, right? And you know how Vice Ganda projects herself, right? Or himself in the camera. She asked me this question. Um, she told me, Daddy, why is the boy wearing a girl's outfit? I'm
Okay.
really, at first, I actually smiled and laughed. But you know what? That's a very valid question coming from a
True.
7-year-old who's not yet exposed with these things, right? So what I did, Sean, is I explained. Even though she's just 7 years old, I tried to explain it to the best that I can that there are
Yeah.
people who are boy but they wanted to be something else, right? And I told
Yeah.
her you'll learn, you'll definitely understand that in the future. But now they are normal. There's nothing to be worried. They are great people. That's what I told her. So
Yeah.
those kind of
And,
guidance, Sean, is very important. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's going to be valuable, diba? The way that the world is changing right now is especially the influences, and you can easily,
Mm-hmm.
gain access to a lot of information. And as a father, I think that puts in a lot of value to the child to have a deeper understanding of what's going on rather than learning it from someone else who
Mm-hmm.
cannot articulate it in ways kasi iba-iba yung pagmamahal ng Tatay Ben, di ba? Yung the way that you see your daughter or your son or gusto mo talaga silang matuto and then that they can navigate through life and navigate to things na in a positive way because alam mo may mga certain things that it's not aligning well for them, and as they're able to reflect on it and
Mm-hmm.
understand it because of our guidance, it makes the journey far better that they won't be surprised kasi minsan may mga nakakatrauma din ng mga ganito kasi ito yung expectation mo, ito yung tinuturo sa school, pagdating doon sa labas parang iba ata, di ba? And specific to the workplace, we were never prepared for the workplace even though they say that the workplace is A, B, C, D, and E during college and even in high school with our parents. Pagdating mo doon, ay, ganito pala to, ganito pala kagulo, ganito
Correct.
ka-demanding, ganito kataas ng expectation sa'yo. Ben, you shared about a wonderful conversation about being a father. If we encompass this, who has the greater influence with you specific to parenting? Sino yung nag-influence sa'yo? Yung father mo ba? Mother mo? Or are there other people who has influenced you to be the person, to be the father or the dad that you are today?
I would say it's both my dad and my mom, coach, right? But I wouldn't say it's 100% because of them, right? Because as I grow up, I've learned, I've seen, I observed, right, from my parents what are the do's and don'ts. I would say, coach, right? It's not really something that all the things that your parents are doing are really right, or all wrong, right? So it's just really me picking, these pieces, which one I need to use in the future, right, for my daughter or what. Some of it, I would say, are guidance coming from people that I look up to, right? Like, this is where the work and the personal kicks in, Sean, right? Because in the workplace, that's where I met a lot of people, great people,
Yeah.
right? Who also became my friends. And these are people who you can really share, things, get some advices and what. And there are cases, Sean, that you cannot just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. There are
Yeah.
things that you cannot just say to your family. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard to
Of
open up to
course.
your parents that you're going
Mm-mm.
through this, right? So there
Yeah.
kicks in your friends where you can really open, right? And I'm so lucky, Sean, that I have a lot of friends that are genuinely, loving me and genuinely, helping me, and getting some serious advices from them. These are the type of people
Yeah.
that Tagalogin ko na, if kalokohan, sige, kalokohan tayo, right? But if it's something serious, they're gonna be serious at you. These things. Through ups and downs, sasamahan ka nila, right? And dito ko rin nakakuha, na obserbahan ko din, no, how do they um, do, parenthood. Nakikita ko kung how they
Yeah.
are, guiding their daughter. Kasi may mga friends ako, Sean, who became like parents, first before me. So I get to see,
Yeah.
how do they
Yeah.
do these things. And I always, ask them as well for some, guidance. How do you do these things kapag ganito yung daughter mo? No? If your daughter is so stubborn, nagwawala sa mall or what, right? So what will you
Yeah.
do? So yon, nakakakuha tayo ng mga tips from these people.
Beautiful. Ano lang natin si name father and mother mo. Just at least everyone knows. Ano pangalan ng tatay at nanay mo, Ben?
Okay, my mom's name is Lucy, and my father's name is same as mine. Okay, I'll tell you a short, quick, real, quick story about that, Shaun. So, I'm supposedly a junior, right?
Okay.
Junior dapat ako and then sorry. I don't
Okay.
know, no, sometime in high school, parang it has something to do with my birth certificate. Parang nawala ata yung junior doon. So so pinuha, ginamit ko na lang without junior. Pero same kami ng name ng ng father ko. Her name's Ben too. Benji.
Parehas din talaga. Oo, parehas talaga yung pangalan.
Parehas.
Kaya paano pag nagtatawagan sa bahay, parehas?
Yeah. Yes. Hindi, naman kasi, so we have like nickname, no? So his name is Benji, and my nickname is hindi ko ginagamit talaga to siya na biglang natanong dito, no? I'm using Ben sa place, and my siblings are calling me BJ.
DJ. Delta Juliet.
B as in Bravo.
Bravo Juliet. Ayan, BJ. Oh, yan. Oh. For everyone who's joining, may nanonood ng mga friends si Ben. Nakilala si Ben. BJ po yung ayaw niya. Now you know. Here in the show. Ben, thank you. Thank you for the vulnerability. No? Pero we will continue to call you Ben up until such time. And
Sure.
si Joel, andyan na si Joel. Sabi niyo, hello, BJ o BJ, Joel. Ayan, Joel has just checked. BJ, ayan. Beta, ayan. Ay, Bravo Juliet. Thank you, Ben. And thank you for the parents out there. Which is send some gratitude to the parents. Maraming salamat. At times, di ba, yung mga ibang tinuturo sa atin ng mga parents natin right now, medyo hindi maganda yung nagagamit natin, no? Kasi napapasa natin sa mga anak natin. And our parents are not bad parents. I mean, they just don't know any better. That's the way that they parented us. But at the end of the day, mas madami yung pwede mong gamitin. Good or bad, you're able to utilize it so that you can navigate through life and also teach your children how to do it. Ben, kanina sinabi mo about work, no, na the challenges in the workplace of being able to express your thoughts, express your ideas, and also the problems that we have. And when I was writing down yung introduction with you as we go through the last couple of days, one of the things that I've seen and we've experienced that during our working relationship, yung challenge of the workplace and also being able to express yourself in the process. Kasi yun talaga yung biggest for me, and I've experienced that. I share that with you as well on the challenges in the workplace. But I would want for you, to take a look at and reflect on that and share to the audience, ano ba yung pinaka biggest challenge mo, yung recent challenge mo in the workplace, so that they understand and they can navigate through it and they don't experience the same experience as you had and I had as well, na makapag-decide sila ng tama para sa kanilang sarili. But before we do that, we're gonna have a short break. Yan, pag-resen muna kita, Ben, inom muna ng tubig dyan para mawala-wala. We'll have a short break, a little break here. And we will have a bit of commercial and share with you some of the things that we have in store with you. Don't go yet, no? Just stay there, get some coffee as well. Have some drinks in that chill, comfy moments lang to. Have a conversation with us later, and we'll be back shortly.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag and drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
We are back for the second part of our 12th broadcast of Integrate, brought to you by Decap Copy Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home as professional certified CACC life coaches. Meet our coaching tribe at Decap Copy Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. And we are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're open on a Saturday up until a Thursday. On Friday, we're on day off. So Friday, we don't have operation, but for the rest, you're able to visit us in there from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And our coaching hub is also an event place. Or if you're looking for a venue choice of intimate gatherings, maybe you have a family celebration, maybe you want to be able to have your friends come in and join there, or maybe there's certain things that you want to celebrate, head on over at Decap Copy Republic. Connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661 for your inquiry and also for reservation. We just recently started our face-to-face daily event, and it's back at Decap Copy Republic. I invite you to join us. Every single day, except on a Friday. We're having a meaningful conversation at 7:30 p.m. this evening at 7:30 p.m. Coach Orville, have the open mic, and it's just an opportunity for you to be able to sing, laugh with people as well in there, to do some spoken words. Maybe you want to dance in there. You can utilize it. If you are saying that you are sintonado, that's totally fine. It's an opportunity for us to just really express ourselves so that we can connect to who we are as a human being. And tomorrow, it's going to be Comfy Sunday with me, and it's going to be a Sundays for Life, and I talk about creativity in there. I realize how important creativity is in all of the things that we do, and especially in the workplace now, or maybe you have a business, or maybe an entrepreneur, the value of creativity. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about becoming more creative in your life. Learn habits. I'm going to teach about habits. That is something that we need to continuously develop, because habits, if we are inconsistent with that, it's challenging our creativity. And the more we're able to create habits to generate ideas, it's going to allow us to see the big picture of what creativity is. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about one of the big pictures of habits that will help you strategies to be consistent and to be an idea generating machine. So tomorrow, this is no monetary investment required. Just go to Decap Copy Republic. We start at 7:30. Of course, I go there at earlier than that. So if you want to have a conversation with me prior to my class, have a conversation with me, and I'm going to help you out, learn strategies to ignite your creative genius. On Monday, we talk about Walk Along with Coach Tin, and Group Tuesday, it's all about habits with Master Coach Asmin. Purpose Wednesday, it's going to be with Coach Rizal and Away in a Day. And Strengthening Thursday, if you want to reignite, connect yourself to your soul, if you want to start healing, if you want to be more human every single day. And I love this. Every Thursday, I go there with my family now and my kids as well. I'm having to join them in there. If you want to have some healing in your heart, in your mind, and also in your soul, join us face-to-face on Thursday with Master Coach A for Coaching for the Soul. I invite you also to become a holder of the B-Learning e-card and join me inside B-Learning Society as one of the mental model collectors. And the B-Learning e-card, this is a passion project that Master Coach A created, and the opportunity for us to be able to create that halfway home for people who are looking for a space for them to start healing. Maybe you're someone who's currently in a stage right now who don't know what to do, who not clear of what to do next, and you are in a space in which there's a lot of things happening in your mind right now, but don't know what to do. This is the passion project that we have, Master Coach as. And as we continue to invest on this every single month, we're also able to learn mental models, and mental models is an explanation of how things work. It's a concept of how we do things. It's a framework or a process of how we make decisions in our life. If this is something that you want to invest on, as you invest every month, you enjoy a food and beverage discount from the Copy Republic. You also get the masterclass, which is what I've shared a while ago. And you also get a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So save the date on July 29th. That's going to be on the 5th Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. for Buyer Hot Button Mental Model Masterclass, and learn how to grow your sales and profit while making a positive impact by learning a mental model that intersects with your business. And you're going to say, Coach, hindi naman ako, wala akong business, I'm not an entrepreneur. I tell you, you would be able to utilize this in the workplace too, because at the end of the day, sabi nga nila, we need to start having that entrepreneurial mindset. That you can start learning this so that you can help your business, you can help the business that you're running, have that, earn more, be more efficient, and have that clients in your space. So have a conversation with us, join us. If you have any questions, just feel free to connect with us here. Think Talk Broadcast is powered by Rise Up Creatives Worldwide, your social media turnkey solution provider in the digital space landscape. Visit www.riseupcreative.com to learn the benefits of lifetime members like me, which includes the ability to create valuable and engaging social media content with original lifestyle photos in just 5 minutes. I'm using this application, and it's a wonderful thing. Just 5 minutes, I'm able to post engaging content in my page. Rise up and be creative now. And this is something that you can utilize agad-agad if you want to take advantage of it. All right? Let's welcome Ben back. Ayan, Ben or BJ. Ayan si BJ. Balik na uli. Si BJ, maraming
Hello.
salamat. Nainom na. And so on. Yan. Ben, before we start, during my show, I always have this challenge to my guest, and the challenge is just a game, to lighten up the space a little bit. Just 7 rapid fire questions. Yeah, 7 rapid fire questions. If the audience is ready, you can see that in the chat. You're saying hi to you. Maraming salamat, Ben, for gracing with us.
Hello.
7 rapid fire questions I'm gonna ask. Whatever comes into mind, answer it. Okay, you're ready, Ben?
I'm nervous. Go ahead.
Okay, sige. No right or wrong answer here.
Okay.
Okay, first question. Ayan, simplihan lang natin. What was your childhood like? First question.
It's so fun, I would say. Without gadgets, you get to experience life outside. I think that's the biggest difference, of us versus the generation today. Not to really brag about it, pero sanay tayo sa takbuhan and more physical things. So these are things that,
Dapa-dapa.
I I'm really hoping that my daughter and my other expecting daughter Veronica to experience have them experience outside playground this tumbang preso that we know, right, these things.
Yeah.
But it was really fun and very memorable, I would say.
Beautiful. Okay, question number 2. How has the pandemic affected you personally?
Oh my God, that is like a big question, Sean, because that's where I guess my turning point, right, in my life. Pandemic really taught me a lot of things. I know you're just giving me some few minutes to answer the question, no, but I'll make it very simple. It's a turning point. It's a turning point,
Turning
Sean,
point.
right? It's a turning point.
We'll go to that in detail. Mamaya, turning
Yeah.
point. Question number 3. What's your favorite part of your typical day?
Maybe when I'm holding my beer, Sean. You know why? Because that is that is when you feel peace. You feel at peace, and you get to think about life. No, kasi that's the most relaxed time that you're drinking. Sorry for those who are non-alcohol.
It's okay.
Pero for me kasi, no, when I'm drinking beer, wine, whatever that is, whiskey, nagpapander ka sa life eh. And you're,
Yeah.
parang mas nag-open yung mind mo to what I'm gonna do next, right? What am I going to do if my kid turns 18, right? Will I allow my daughter to have a boyfriend at what age? 30,
Yes.
35, something like that, So that's where I'm most comfortable, I would say. Sean.
It's an opportunity to stop pag may hawak na something na alcoholic. Ayan. But of course, drink moderately for those people.
I know.
Not encouraging. Question number 4. What would you be doing if money wasn't a concern?
Travel.
Travel.
Yeah, and maybe you
Okay.
will not really find me in a permanent place. I'll be around the world for sure.
Moving around. Ayan.
Yeah,
Ayan. That's question number
I'm
4.
always on the move. Yeah, I'm always on the move. Yeah.
Question number 5. What do you wish you had more of in your life right now?
Oh, that's a tricky question, right? Because if my wife is watching right now, baka magalit siya sa akin mamaya, no? That you're not contented with your life. That's a trap, Sean. Okay, but right now, that's a trap. But right now, I don't know, no? Maybe because I'm really contented, no, with what I have. I cannot really say that I want more material things. Kasi material things, Sean, it's an endless.
Yeah,
if you aspire with material things, it's never gonna end for sure. So when the perspective of the question, when you ask that, is more of non-material things. That's how I see it. I have Christine, I have Alex, I have Veronica, I have a very supportive family. I have my mom, my dad, right? So I guess I have the right support system. Right now, kahit sabihin natin na medyo showbiz yung sagot, Sean. Right now, I'm contented. Yeah.
Contented naman. No, okay na. You
Yeah.
have more than what you need. Ayan. Okay.
Yes.
Question number 6. How do you normally deal with stress?
Yung stress, no, the way I see that stress, kasi for me, the way I attack stress, it really depends on a person, right? There's external factors, but then it depends on how you take it and how you respond to it, right? But as I grow old, I've learned that it's not just really about how you handle your own stress. I've learned that, and this is one of the biggest learnings, Sean, is that you have people around you who can help you relieve that stress. You have your the way I term it, support system. You have your support system. If you don't have it right now, for those who are watching, you need to find that support system. Could be your family, could be someone, could be a friend, could be a priest, could be a life coach, just like you, community, right? It's just really, finding that support system and also finding outlet. I think outlet and support system goes hand in hand, Coach Shaun, to make sure that, you're happy with whatever you're doing, regardless of the stress.
Beautiful. Last question, Ben. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself?
Parang interview siya na. In a um, what I'm thinking is I still have my simple family with me, right? Christine, Veronica, and Alex. But I told my wife, can we still try another one? Because I really want a baby boy, right? So hopefully in the next 5 years, we'll have a little Ben, I would say. Because right
Ayun.
now, it's just Alex and Veronica, both are girls.
One more. Ayan, we recorded it. We'll see after 5 years what would happen. Ben, thank you for taking the challenge. Ayan. I appreciate the vulnerability. And you're just allowing some space in there. And going back to what you shared, I think that question number two and the rapid fire questions really resonated with you on the impacts of the pandemic, and that's one of the things that I've highlighted. When I was creating your introduction and how I see your life when I met you, that at times we get too busy with the work that we do because we don't want to be able to provide to our family, but as we progress in that, because we're super loving fathers, we want to support our children, but unfortunately we give so much of our time in the workplace that sometimes naubos tayo, di ba? Ben, naubos na,
Correct.
wala nang natira. Ben, talk to us about that, so for the audience as well, and for those men out there, and even for the women, that you
Mhm.
continue to give all of their time, all of their best, everything that they have in the workplace. What was your story like? How is has this pandemic influenced the way, or you personally, as a human being?
Mhm. Maybe I can start, Sean, with giving a little background of my career, right? So that that the audience can somehow understand where story that I will tell. So I'm a typical from graduation I already started working. No, there's no time to rest, so work agad. Sorry, and if I'm gonna describe myself, Sean, no, sa workplace, I'm like an employee who really strive to be the best. Okay?
Yeah.
And I always, put my best foot forward in everything that I do. You know, my career is somehow I would say something that could aspire a lot of people, because I have attended some talks about specifically talking about my career journey, these things, right? And not to really brag, but I guess my career is something that's colorful. I would say I was given a lot of opportunity, with roles that I performed, right?
Yeah.
And going to the ladder, taking a lot of responsibilities, right? And I think you mentioned that on my introduction. Right now, I'm like a senior manager of a company, right? I wouldn't even get to this role without effort and without hard
Yeah.
work. Now, the reason why I'm telling that is because it's a trade-off, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm back when I was still like 2021, 22, right? Talagang career. It's I don't know, no, maybe it's innate on me, and I always see myself as a provider,
Yeah.
to my family, and soon, nagkaroon na ng immediate family. I always see myself that I need to carry my family, right? And I need to make sure that I can provide all the things that they need. Now, ang naging problema dun sa mindset na yon, Sean, Coach Sean, is that I always put work as a priority. Sa
Yeah.
generation natin, I'm not sure kung talagang ganon, no? It's always work. You have
Yeah.
family gatherings, no, I have a work. I cannot,
Yeah.
hindi ako pwedeng mawala sa call. Simple as that. Hindi ako pwedeng mawala kasi people are dependent on me. I always think that work will stop if I'm not around.
Yeah.
Those kind of mentality, right? Na hindi ko alam hindi naman siya something na tinuro sa akin. Maybe it's just really me. And I know a lot of people are same as me, no?
Yeah.
No, so dahil ganun ako, sobrang career driven ako, I as I mentioned, I always prioritize work over other things. You know, in the cycle kasi I've realized late na to, no, that work is not really, it shouldn't be our priority. You know,
Yeah.
work should help you make a life, no? Hindi yung life is work, right?
Beautiful.
Hindi
Yeah.
dapat ganon, right? Ang naging I think setup ko, Shaun, is that late ko siyang na-realize, right? When Alex is already there, Christine is already there. Actually, even when Alex is not yet with us, no, with myself and Christine, mindset ko is still the same. You know, it's so sad to say this, and I know maybe my wife is watching. And I know she knows this. Priority ko talaga work. You know, kahit na, let's say, we have some things to do, no, I always tell her na, ay, sorry, I need to do these things. No?
Yeah.
Because I always see myself as the Superman, which is very wrong. No? Yun yung mindset eh. It's a very wrong mindset.
Yes.
You always see yourself as a Superman at work, that it's all about you, right? And
Yeah.
things will never work out without you. Right. So medyo mahirap, and it took time for me to realize that it's not the case. It's not really the case, right? So for those who are watching right now, I'm telling you, yung work natin, it will continue, no? Kahit wala ka diyan. So what my mentor told me in the past is that this is funny, no, pero baka medyo tragic na tayo. Sinasabi lagi sa akin, no, kahit pag namatay ka today, no, Tagalogin ko na, Shaun, pag namatay ka today, people will be sad, maybe 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, well, we'll just wait for Ben, no? Having some... you're back, Ben?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yes. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Nagkakaroon ng technology issue. Okay. Where am I? Saan ako natapos? Ano rin ako?
Ayun sinasabi ng mentor,
yeah.
ng mentor mo.
Oo, na sabi niya, if you're dead right now, no, pag namatay ka ngayon, people will be sad 1-2 days, friends and your colleagues, right? On the 3rd day, on the 4th day, may replacement ka na, and work will continue. Yeah. And that's very true. Yeah. Right? Hindi yan titigil because of you, right? And then I get to realize that very late. This is where the pandemic kicks in, Shaun. Kasi during pandemic, naging work from home, no? Nagbago yung setup natin. So we are all in adjustment phase. I am on adjustment phase. I need to separate my work with personal by using a room, right? Make sure that you have your workspace versus your personal space. But at the end of the day, it's very hard. It's very hard. I'm telling you. They will always tell you na, no, it's easy, no? If it's work, time in, work ka lang, log out ka, and then that's it, and then go back to your family. When you're already there in that setup, it's very hard. Especially that I have a daughter. And this pandemic taught me that it's not really just about work. Na-realize ko to, Shaun, when I'm getting a lot of stress na. Kasi what happened is that since I'm working from home, I tend to work beyond hours that I'm supposed to. Kasi, since I'm very workaholic, and I was the thing that I told you earlier, right, that I always put my best foot forward. Pag nakikita ko yung laptop ko and I know that I need to do something, ang nangyayari is ino-open ko siya. And it's very hard
nawawala yung boundaries between that, yung work and life.
It's
kasi malapit na.
It's very hard to resist. Lalo na if there's like a text message coming from your boss, coming from someone who has a concern, you know that it's already like out of, wala na, no? Tapos na yung work mo. And you tend to open your laptop. What I did, Shaun, is I even make some adjustment, no? So, yung sinasabi nila, sige, mag-set up ka ng room, close it. If it's done, close the door so you wouldn't see your laptop. these things, right? I also tried doing that, right? Pero parang, I don't know, hindi siya nag-work talaga nung...
Doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Tapos nakadagdag pa yung daughter mo who will always ask you like, are you done? Simple as that. Are you done with your work? No, no, Alex, I'm not yet done. What time are you done with work? These things, these questions, very simple questions, right? And during the time that you need to go to the office, right? Kasi nag-hybrid na. Your Alex will ask me, why do you need to go to work? Why do you need to go to the office? Can you just stay at home? Why can't you just work in your office? There's your office in your other room. Yung mga ganung tanong na ng ano natin, ng daughter natin, okay? Pero kasi during the pandemic, Coach Shaun, ito yung sobrang taas ng stress ako. Not just really because of work, but also other things around me, family, may mga personal din kasing nangyari na sumabay siya. And then, nitong 2021, nagkaroon din ako ng issue sa health. Nagkaroon ako ng severe migraine. These are the things that I've been telling you, Coach, when I'm still with, when we're still working, severe migraine, and I cannot really focus at work. This migraine is really hit me big time. Yung migraine ko is something na you cannot really focus. You need to close your laptop and you need to rest. So sobrang sakit talaga, no? But then right now nakapag-adjust na naman kahit papaano. Okay, so that stress, Coach Shaun, lead me to think of different ways, and ponder on life. Is this really the kind of life that I wanted to do in the next 5-10 years? Is this really the kind of life that I wanted to show my daughter? I wanted to show to Veronica, to Christine. So I made a strong stand, and what I did, I list down all my non-negotiables, Coach Shaun. It's very important that you have that in life. No, saying no is not hindi siya kaduwagan, no, in Tagalog, when you say no to things. It's actually, you're actually brave to say no to things. No, baliktad siya talaga, no. Natutunan ko yan na I have non-negotiables, no. Ito. When it comes to these things, hindi to pwede. Pag ganito, hindi to pwede. No. So, na-list down ko yon, and then I stand with it. Sinusunod ko siya. Okay, and then right now I feel, Shaun, that something has changed, no? Priorities and the way yung relationships ba, no, with your family, relationship with your wife, your daughter, all other people, friends, lahat yun nagbago. No? So I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful, Shaun, because of pandemic. I don't know, no, something to be thankful. A positive thing that you can say about pandemic is change happened, and I'm really happy with the change.
I love that, and thank you, Ben, for highlighting that minsan kasi yung pandemic, iniisip nila na hindi maganda yung no, even though at times the story is kind of not good, pero may napulutan kasing aral and they say that for a person to change, that situation needs to be so uncomfortable that they're no longer comfortable with the discomfort. Diba? Kasi itong trabaho na natin, sa totoo naman, discomfort naman talaga yan. Mag-extend ka ng oras and all of this pressure. It's very discomforting, but you are also getting a comfort in there of being, I mean, let's cut into the reality of it. In the workplace, you are affirmed. People, look up to you. People look for you. All of these different things, and it validates you that what you're doing is something valuable. But of course, in the process, nauubos ka. Because you are the go-to person. You are the go-to person of your boss, your client, and so on and so forth. And it's unfortunate that we don't have anyone that we can rely on when we're not there. And, it can be a lot of different things. Sabi nga ni Ben kanina, it can be because of the culture of the workplace. It can be something else and what have you. But the reality is that is where really the challenge in the workplace is. And we're not bad people. Don't get me wrong, no. It's just the way it is. But it doesn't mean that we can change. Pero yun nga yung sad part lang yon, that there needs to be a life-changing, life-altering experience for us to be able to make that change. And I want to emphasize what Ben has shared, and you guys can watch this on the replay, no, to emphasize it. Now, you don't have to go through that experience. Diba? The intention of integrating here is to allow you to see things para hindi mo na gawin. Kasi hindi maganda eh. And kudos to you, Ben, and what you shared na, saying no is a sign that you are not a coward, that you are confident, you are courageous, that no, I will say this is my priority first. My health is my priority. My family is my priority. I'm going to give this, whatever happened. We would say something about me, but I'm clear of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it in the first place. And, I appreciate it. This is the first time that we did see each other face to face like this. And, you have changed. The way that you're expressing yourself, the way that you're sharing your stories, the way that you're confident about what has happened and where you're at right now, that for me is a strength of a man. And that shows how we need to educate our children as well, na wag mo nang pagdaanan yung pinagdaanan ko kasi hindi maganda eh. Buti nga na ano ka pa, Ben, diba? Imagine mo kung nagstay ka doon. And I like to highlight as well yung wisdom na ni-share sa'yo ng mentor mo na totoo naman yun eh. Yeah, you die, 1 to 2 days, people would miss you, but afterwards you get replaced and you are forgotten. I emphasize that to people in the workplace as well, na madali kayong palitan. Yung trabahong yan, di nauubos yan, pero kayo mauubos. So be intentional about that and prioritize and create boundaries for yourself, because you cannot do anything when you're dead. Diba? You cannot do anything when you're dead. Oh, you're still alive. So do something about it. Ben, it's a wonderful time. It's an hour already, and I so love the stories that you've shared. Maybe if we extend this to our 3 hours, ang dami pa natin pwedeng pag-usapan, no?
I know.
I wanna cap it. And I appreciate it. I just want to emphasize the value of boundaries in any of us. And boundaries means that at the end of the day, you're doing your work because of your family. But the biggest part in there, you're doing it because of you. Ikaw muna. Because you cannot give what you don't have. Diba? Ben, my show is called Integrate. If I ask you what integrate to you is, how would you define it?
Integrate. Maybe it's for me. It's learning from the past and making sure that you can do something about it in the future, today or in the present, right? That's integrating things that you've learned in the past from today, and make sure that you're gonna use these things, in a positive or in a better way. Right? Don't repeat it. I guess that's it.
Sabi nga ni Albert Einstein, sanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So don't lead to insanity. You can still do something about it. Thank you, Ben. And Ben, final words for all of those who's watching. Yan, to give an appreciation based from the experiences that you have during the pandemic and the things that you've shared in the show. If you're gonna give them 3 tips to live a meaningful and fulfilled life, what would be the 3 tips that you can share with them for the audience? Yan, antayin natin si Ben at pagbigyan ng internet access natin. And thank you for everyone who's joining. I appreciate the time. And for those of you who sharing your comments, maraming salamat. For those friends, share this video to other people as well, to be a blessing to other people in the digital space. The value of life, really, sometimes we tend to lose sight of that when things are working well. When we're busy with the work that we have, when we're busy with all of these different things, nakakalimutan natin ang sarili natin. It's only that time in which our health is declining, nakakapil ka na ng sumasakit, sabi nga ni Ben kanina, sumasakit na yung ulo mo, sumasakit yung batok mo, yung likod mo, parang matamlay lagi, and you feel that you can't focus as you go along. And this is some things that's really a challenge for a lot of people. It's a challenge for a lot of people in that space, and it's a challenge for many people at work. And as we continue to navigate through this and navigate through life, it's something that we need to work on and we need to move forward. Ben has just lost connection, and hopefully he can return um, with us. And as we continue in our day-to-day activities, we need to really allow ourselves to keep focus on what's important. And Ben is back, and he's gonna share with us yung
Sorry.
three things. It's okay, Ben. Thank you, Ben, for coming back. Three things na ibibigay sa'yo na kapulutan ng aral of what a meaningful and fulfilling life is. Go ahead, Ben. Three things.
Okay, one is for me, take care of yourself. Put your self first as always. Specifically, health. Right? Yeah, that's number one. Second, which is equally important, is family. Actually, priorities. Set your priorities. For those who are familiar with big rocks and small rocks, or that thing, Sean, it's very powerful. It's very classic, basic, right?
Yeah.
But you'll get to realize that in your life there will always and there should always be big rocks, and that's your
Yes.
priority, right? Third is uh, live in the present, Sean. I think that's it. Live in the present. Don't get to worry about the future. For me, planning is okay. Planning in the future, but don't get to worry about it. Live at the moment. You have your family, your parents, your daughter. Relationships are very important. Relationships for me are very important. So, I guess those three things, Sean.
Thank you, Ben. My coaching thought for today is coming from Brad Henry, and he said that families are the compass that guides us, and they are the inspiration to reach great heights and our comfort when we occasionally falter. At the end of the day, the reason for men out there, the reason why we're doing it is because really of our family. We sacrifice a lot of different things already: our physical, our mental, our emotional, and sometimes our spiritual health that we sacrifice. But of course, the family is also a space for us to, just be ourselves so that we can be comfortable at times when we are in a state of this discomfort. And, to Ben's point na, ikaw muna, don't forget your health, don't forget yourself, and be in the present moment. Because, I've learned, Ben, that for men like us, at least, who are Superman, we live in the past and also in the future. We forget the time to enjoy the moment that we have because we always worried about the future and we're always concerned about the past. I tell you, when you're able to stop with that and really reflect and appreciate the present moment with your family, with your children, and even having a meaningful conversation with your workmates, I tell you, value that. Hindi natin maalam kung kailan tayo mawawala dito sa mundo. I've known someone who, after I just entered the workplace, and someone died. Then the person was forgotten already. I never heard about the conversation already, and that is the reality of it. Work will never stop, but you will stop. And as we continue along, be grateful that you're there, but also put boundaries when you shouldn't be there in the work that you have. Boundaries is very important. So focus on that, and make sure that you're also living the life that you have, because sabi nga ni Ben kanina, our work needs to support the lifestyle. But if your work is already eating your life, then better to stop and make the decision and move forward. Thank you, Ben, and thank you, everyone, for supporting us here, supporting me here in Integrated. Whether you are joining us live or watching on a replay, please do leave a comment in there. For those people who's sharing the comment, maraming salamat. Thank you for sharing it there. Share your insights. Circulate this link. Let's bless more people in the digital space. And don't keep us a secret. I'll get... Huwag ka muna umalis, Ben. We'll talk to you later. And for everyone, if you are interested to embark on the journey of becoming a professional certified life coach like me, Master Coach A is now Master Coach A Professional Training and Development Services offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program with international CPD accreditation and 40 CPD units. Life coaching is the 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasing Their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace and dynamic business environment. CCC course includes a 21-day web-based learning with a lifetime access, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live virtual business bootcamp with senior coaching team. And the program also comes with a done-for-you coaching program, so you don't have to look for anywhere else. You can utilize this in the workplace with your team. There are also a handful of bonuses to jumpstart the second fastest growing industry in the world today. Connect now with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to join the live coaching bootcamp on July 9th, 16th, and 23. Ayan, malapit na yan for those online learners. And for everyone who is in the northern part of the Philippines, face-to-face coaching bootcamp is going to be happening on August 13th and 20th. So if you want to experience the breeze of the north and you want to get certified there, we're going to be there for a week on August 13th and 20th. Please connect with Coach Nards at 0947-587-7113. That's 0947-587-7113. I also invite you to watch other shows hosted here at Think Talk Broadcast. Please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media account at Think Talk _ TV on Twitter and Instagram, and Think Talk Broadcast on YouTube, and give us a review of your experience. We would appreciate that. We would allow us to reach out to more people. For partnership and collaboration, please connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. Maraming salamat. We'll see you again the next episode of Integrate on July 9th. That's gonna be a Saturday night live here at Think Talk Broadcast. This is us in the Philippines, broadcasting beyond borders and advancing life coaching worldwide. Love, bam, boom, love, bam, boom, love, bam, boom. Coaches like us think and talk like this. We'll see you again soon. Good night. Bye-bye.